Wala. Yung nasa kanan, ayan pa rin po. Walang pagbabago despite the fact that they promised to me that they'll do something about it, but they did not. Ayan. Okay, yung CR na dating ganon, ngayon sinara na. Imbis na i-repair yung CR na dating nakatali, isinara. Ngayon, yung mga studio na ginawang bodega na nangako sila sa akin na improve nila, paggawa nila, sinara. Yun ang ginawa nilang remedyo na yung napansin kong mga sira-sirang mga gamit o bagay sa facilities ng PTV4. Mga facilities nila doon, ayan. Oh, yan ang mga bago. Pinagsasara lang. Ampaw. Ayan. Mga sasakyan, nakatenga. Hindi nagagamit. OV ban. 4 na OV ban na hindi nagagamit at wala atang pang-rehistro. Okay. Mga aircon, tumutulo. Mga kisame, tumutulo. Ang daming daga, ang daga raw, sinlaki ng pusa. Ang ipis, sinlaki ng rabbit. Damn. Pero just look at that. 2025 yan, just look at that. Yeah. Why? Madam Sponsor, Mr.
Mr.
President.
President, what can I say? It's clearly mismanaged. And for the past years, no capital outlay was given by government. But even if there's none, they should use, because they're a GOCC, their own income. But I would assume they don't have any income. In fact, they're in the red. So what to do? Hopefully, under the new management, they pinpoint all the needs for rehabilitation and they use the funds for that. So we provided the subsidy. And part of the subsidy should be for basic well-being and rehabilitation. So PTV acknowledges the long-standing concerns regarding inadequate workplace conditions, deteriorating facilities, and employee welfare issues. These challenges have contributed to operational disruptions and have adversely affected day-to-day productivity and employee well-being. So I will no longer read into the record all the prepared answers here. What can I say? It's terrible. There's much to do. And I want commitment from the new management of PCO and PTV, which is, remember, a GOCC. Hindi pwedeng hingi ng hingi ng hingi. Tapos kasi ang turnover din ng head, bago ng bago. So, dapat maayos na checklist for rehabilitation to make it a humane place to work in. Yeah.
May I ask,
The way it looks, it should be closed down.
yeah, may I ask,
Wag naman, marami mawalan trabaho.
Mr. President, may I just
I mean,
interject?
lumipat sa
really
ibang
quickly?
studio, pero
With the
it's not a place for human beings to live in, to work in.
Okay lang, boss.
Yes,
Yes, the
Sen. Raf,
Majority Leader, go
if
ahead.
I may just interject, we were just discussing with Senator Lacson. We were gonna ask kung meron kayong MOOE budget from government. So if there's an MOOE budget from government through the subsidy, magkano po siya? And where does it go? Because meron yan eh. There is an MOE, maintenance and operating expenses. Baka wala nang maintenance yun. OOE na lang yun. Operating expense na lang yun. Saan nila ginagamit po, Madam Sponsor? So thank you lang. Yun lang, pang-interject ko lang. Thank you, Sir Rafi.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll
Majority
read
Leader.
into the record, Mr. President. For 2026, ang PS, 140,616,000. Ang MOE, 336 million. Meron naman, 466. Wait. Antong others nyo? May 375,293,000. But then, ang net loss nila, 512. So may NG subsidy na binibigay natin na 136 million. So because they're operating on a loss, we have a subsidy of 136 million. Even if we're giving a subsidy of 136 million, they have negative 375 million loss, right? Is that correct? Oh gods, they're really operating on a loss. So what to do?
Senator, the President Pro Temp would like to interject.
Thank you, Mr. President. With the permission of the distinguished senator from Palawan, no?
From Isabela.
Isabela.
Palawan
Sorry.
is Erwin.
Yeah.
Pro Tem.
Well, it is also important to know the proposed budget sa 2026. Maybe the more relevant question is, magkano yung budget in the past years? Kasi ang before and after niya is 2022 and 2025. So maybe we should be more interested to find out magkano yung budget sa maintenance, no? Repair and maintenance in the years 2022, 2023, 2024, and 2025 for that matter. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President. 2024, the government subsidy was 339,801,000. In 2025, it was 365,044,000. In 2026, it's 136,764,000.
Madam Sponsor,
It's lower for 2026.
so saan nagagamit nga yung MOOE? Kasi MOE stands for Maintenance and
Yes.
Other Operating Expenses. So doon dapat yun nagagastos sa
Oo.
pag-maintain
Saan ginagamit?
ng mga studio, ng mga bubong, ng mga aircon, ng mga
Oo.
kubeta, etc.
Mukhang hindi ginagamit sa
Hindi
MOE.
nagagamit. Baka nagagamit sa bulsa.
Saan yung
Kasi MOE. That should be covered by the MOOE, Madam Sponsor. Magkano lang yan? Wala pa siguro, Madam Sponsor, wala pa siguro 1,000,000 yan.
Bakit kayo walang PS? Anong nakakaiyak kayo. Mr. President, because it's a GOCC, we can't subsidize the whole operation. So, government gives a subsidy. The subsidy is for MOE. But MOE is not used for fixing those roofs and bathrooms
Why not?
because it is used for personnel salaries who are not plantilla, who are job orders, contract of service that's allowed in MOE because for some reason they do not have PS provision. Wala daw sila.
So that means kahit na
Ginagamit yung MOE.
kahit na mabulok na yung mga building ng PTV4, hindi pa rin gagalawin yung MOE kasi nakastipulate ba doon na yung MOE hindi pwedeng gamitin sa maintenance? So kahit na maging mabaho na yung building
Hindi
na PTV4, kahit
Dahil-
na magunaw na yung building na PTV4,
Kasi limitado,
they will
pantao
not use a single centavo to fix and repair yung mga gamit dyan na dapat
Ganito po.
i-fix because wala sa MOE nila yun? Was
Hindi po.
specified?
Dahil limitado ang MOE. Ang MOE ay pwedeng pang-maintain operations, pwede rin po pang-contract of service.
Yes, pang-maintain
Doon po-
operation. Then
po lahat napupunta sa pagsweldo ng tao.
I'm giving you the answer
Oo.
now, Madam President. It
Yes.
went to corruption. Marami ng...
Pangsweldo raw ng tao.
Even during my time, I was there, nagkaroon ng bulong-bulungan na malakas talaga talamak ang korupsyon sa PTV4. Okay? Even before, up to now. Kasi kung hindi na kukurap yung pera, okay, tuturuan ko na lang yung PTV4. Okay? Kung gugustuhin, maraming paraan. Kung ay, maraming dahilan. Number one, makinig yung mga taga-PTV4. Pwede naman kayo mag-hire, pwede naman kayo maghanap ng mga sponsor ng mga materyales. Ang kapalit, XD lang tawag noon. Ipapakita namin yung produkto nyo, i-advertise namin yung produkto nyo, kapalit yung mga tabla, mga aircon, etc., etc. And then, and then makipagkontrata rin kayo sa mga karpentero, sa mga contractor. In return, i-advertise yung pangalan ng kumpanya nila. XD lang tawag noon. Common sense yun. Sentido common. So, ibig sabihin, for the longest time, itong mga nagpapatakbo ng PTV4, hindi ginagamit yung sentido common o ang ginagamit nila ay bulsa nila, Madam President.
Mr. President, hiningi ko po sa kanila na gamitin ang ating national government subsidy na MOE para dito. Hindi raw pwede. Paano naman daw ang sweldo ng mga tao? So talaga ang MOE ay para lang sa mga kontrata.
So
Talagang wala po.
So,
Ngayon, kung magbibigay sila ng capital outlay expenditure proposal, baka siguro kailangan natin bigyan. Pero ginagamit nga sa kontrata lang sa talent fee ang buong NG subsidy. Tama?
Pero I was promised the last hearing, Madam Sponsor, Mr.
Yeah.
President, na they will fix that. They'll do something about it. Now, even suggested, I think, the last time na kumuha kayo ng sponsor on an ex-deal mode na lahat ng mga nagtitinda ng mga plywood, aircon, bakal, kung ano-ano pa na materials kailangan para i-fix yung problema yan, i-ex-deal ninyo. Ang kapalit noon, sila ay i-advertise sa PTV4 and then bibigyan sila ng free na mga materials. And then, sinong gagawa? Then kumontak sila ng mga contractor na i-advertise yung pangalan ng kanilang kumpanya. In exchange, sila yung gagawa ng proyekto. Sila yung gagawa ng pag-fix. Ganun lang po yun, ex-deal. There's such thing as ex-deal. Oh, exactly. Correct. Oh, pati mukha mo, ex-deal.
Opo, nung
I'm just joking,
okay,
Madam President.
para may kwento. Hindi, yung mga hindi po galing sa telebisyon, kamukha ni Majority Leader, tumatawa po, para alam nyo, circa 1986, ayan, makinig si Majority. Circa 1986. Wala po pong pera ang bagong bukas na ABS-CBN.
Okay.
Galing lang po ako sa Amerika noong June of 86, si Kapitan Henny Lopez asked me to come home to host the first magazine program in the news. June 86. Wala pong pondo pa noon, nag-ex-deal po ako ng camera sa BSH Enterprises para po makashoot ako ng programa.
Kaya napaka-smart nyo, Madam
Tapos
President.
po, yung damit sa SM po,
Correct.
SM Makati, ako po yung nagpunta ron, Jeannie Goldborn yata, linapitan ko, para po, meron akong damit, sinusoli ko po pagkasuot ko po. Tapos siguro ang makeup, Mary Quant pa yata nun, para may sponsor po ako. Tas ginagamit ko ang sarili kong sasakyan, kaya ko naman magbayad ng gasolina. Pag meron po kaming kakainan, chowking nun, linapitan namin para kasama cameraman at yung aking driver, makiki-ex-deal po kami. Tas lalagay po namin sa CBB, closing billboard.
Exactly.
May card dyan po doon, yung
Yes.
mga nagpakain po sa
Mini-mention.
amin. At ito po, hindi lagay sa bulsa. Pinapaalam ko po sa management, sa head ng news at ng GM, Freddy Garcia na sila Rolly Cruz. Lahat po ng galaw namin nung ex-deal dahil wala po kaming pondo. Sa awa po ng Diyos, proud to say, maski walang pondo, naging most awarded news program and Catholic Mass Media Hall of Famer yung programa kong Pep Talk and Inside Story na napanganak sa ex-deal. Maski walang pera. So kung gugustuhin, ay kaya po.
Correct.
At nung panahong yon sa Chronicle Building, wala po kaming silyang maupuan. Nasa floor lang po ako noon, pero bakit naman kailangan? Di labas kami ng labas, kumakalap ng storya. Ang importante, ang puhunan, talino, imagination, creativity, and the passion to do a good job. So pinagdaanan ko po yan.
So,
Gaya nung aking pagtrabaho po sa PTV4, MBS4, ganun din po. Nung ako'y nasa Amerika, ganun din po. Wala naman pondo. In-ex-deal ko po ang KSCI Channel 18, Manila Envelope, nung 1985. Nauna po ako kaysa sa TFC. Wala pong Filipino station noon. It was an Asian network And it was the first Filipino program that was also aired in MBS4 martial law days. Pinapauwi ko pa yung Umatic tape sa mga Pilipino sa LAX para po iuwi sa MBS4 sa nanay po ni Kat De Castro, si Arlene, na aking associate producer. I was the executive producer of the program. So ako po ay sanay sa X-Deal dahil makakaproduce po ng programa na wala pong pondo. Kaya walang dahilan na kailangan po ganyan ang itsura. So wag magdadahilan ang PTV4, bagamat nakakaawa ang inyong itsura, mas nakakaawa po kami nung nagsimula. Magsimula sa wala, pero nakaka-produce ng magandang programa. We will help them. We will help them. Pero check mo muna natin sa legal kung legal po ang X-Deal sa panahon ngayon. Nung panahon namin, pwedeng X-Deal. Baka naman sabihin ngayon, umabuso, ine-X-Deal, hindi pala dyan gagamitin. I-check po natin sa PCO and sa legal department. Sa COA, kung pwede bang X-Deal.
Okay.
Diba? Iba nun eh. Iba nung panahong yon.
Your ex-deal before was with a private company.
Private, yes.
Oh, okay yun. Iba ito. Gobyerno to eh.
Oh, no. It was government. This
Hindi,
was...
ABS. ABS was never government.
But also
Oh.
with, as I said, before ABS, I was with MBS4, which is PTV4 now. And we were allowed X deals as long as there was a contract and we would put it in the CBB, closing billboard credits, naka-cargen, yung damit ko, yung makeup ko, yung sapatos ko, yung
Yes.
lipstick, ganun. Oo.
And you were not a government employee.
No, I
Oh,
was...
pwede.
I was contract of service. I was at
That's why pwede.
talent fee.
Oo.
Talent fee.
Pwede
Yes.
yun. Nowadays,
yun.
I doubt it. You
That's
better
why.
check with COA.
That's why we have to check. Yes. So there's a note here for PTV. It may be good to clarify with COA to the extent that it can deal with the private sector in doing X deals so that PTV may maximize and make the most of this mode. But this should also be clarified because it's a GOCC. Although it was government since before, but I was private sector. Yung pinapaglaban po nyo ng mga contract of service, nag-retire po ako. I left. I was a job order, contract of service.
Thank you, Madam Sponsor. So,
Yes.
yeah, tama lang yon na i-check muna sa COA kung pwede ba yon yung ganong arrangement, yung X-deal, kapalit ng mga materyales, serbisyo, ipopost sa CBB o gawa ng commercial yung kumpanya na ka-X-deal. So maybe they have to check that with COA. Pag sinabi ng COA bawal, edi
Yes.
sorry na lang.
But if you would introduce an amendment for capital outlay, I would be happy to accept.
Then I will do that, Madam Sponsor.
Yes.
Okay. Pero babantayan natin, baka mapunta lang kung saan-saan yun. So definitely,
Yes.
it will be under strict scrutiny from me and from you and from
Yes.
everybody else in our colleagues natin.
Itemize, yes.
Should be itemized. Yeah. Okay. So, for the meantime, pabayaan lang natin na maguho yung mga building dyan, yung mga ceiling, mga bubong, mga silya, magkasira-sira, tumagas yung mga tubig kasi hindi pala pwedeng gamitin yung MOOE para sa pag-repair ng mga sira-sira. So, next year, baka lumaglag na yung ceiling na yan kasi 2 years ago, pag dahan-dahan ng pawala na. Ngayon, 2025, nalaglag na talaga. Baka 2026, babagsak na yan. Again, hindi natin pwede galawin yung MOE kasi wala sa polisiya. Nagalawin ng MOE para pang-repair dyan.
There are senators, lawmakers, people in government who graduated from PTV4. I owe them a debt of gratitude.
And myself as well.
Yes, and Senator Erwin. Perhaps we could visit and see what room you'd like to sponsor, even if it's the lavatory, the CR, or a studio. If it's doable and affordable, we can sponsor it, but we pay as a personal gift or donation if COA would allow.
Of course.
Isn't that good? If there are 3 studios, if it's affordable,
Sounds fine to me.
the Tulfo studio, the Tulfo studio, the El Legarda studio. Pero personal donation.
Of course.
Di ba ho? Pwede rin yun, di ba?
Tama.
Para mabilis.
Pagya ko dyan.
Pero kung gusto rin po nyo maglagay ng capital outlay, pero hindi natin alam kung magkano, wala naman, ba't hindi nyo kasi linigay sa inyong ask? Wala po silang request sa capital outlay naman eh. Insertion, sinasabi ng PCO, bawal yung salitang yun. Oo, yeah. Oo, yeah.
Okay,
Kaya-
Madam Sponsor, yung mga
hindi
OB van, again, hindi ba kasama sa MOE? So, ibig sabihin, lahat ng mga OB van, lahat ng mga sasakyan, pabayaan natin mabulok kasi walang pang hindi kasama dun sa MOE again?
Capital outlay po yun. Actually,
So, yung maintenance ng OB van, that should come from the capital outlay?
no, maintenance is from MOE.
Exactly. So,
But
meron po
the
apat
new
na
OB
OB van
vans,
na
the
nabubulok na lang,
maintenance.
hindi po ginagamit. Sayang. They should at least check, and then tell us how much is it to maintain, or is it better not to maintain anymore because it will cost PTV for more money to repair it as opposed to ipatenga na lang, patimbang na lang sa junk shop. Patimbang na siguro sa junk shop, baka may konting pera pa at yung kikitain sa junk shop, di pang-repair natin madingding. Okay pa, Sen. Robin?
Mr. President,
Okay. Ayun.
na tier 2 ito.
Auction na lang.
Tier 2.
Sabi ni Madjo, ipa-auction na natin yung mga OV van na yan at yung kikitain dyan sa OV van, of course, and then pang-repair natin doon sa mga butas-butas na dingding, pambili tayong mag-hire tayo ng pest control para pamatay doon sa mga daga at ipis. Madam President, Madam Sponsor.
Mr. President, meron pala silang request, hindi po nasa tier 1, nasa tier 2, 158,472,000. The rehabilitation of the main building and other facilities. Give us the details of this. If you will amend it for 150, kaya nakakatakot nga. Kung sabi nyong, I'm sorry, with all due respect, if there's corruption in the system and then we give these amounts, diba? How do you cure that?
Exactly.
We cannot naman oversee the procurement because we're not supposed to do that. They're a GOCC. So we just have to hold them accountable for whatever increase in budget or amendments we'll put because we cannot in conscience leave it like that.
Usually
So-
mga GM at saka yung mga chairman,
So
Madam
if you
President,
want
ang may
to
problema.
amend the budget for 150 million for rehabilitation, because how do you just let it be? Hindi po binigay ng DBM wala sa tier 1
Mr. President, baka hindi naman po kailangan, Mr. President, with your permission of the two lady sponsor and gentlemen. Baka pwede naman mas maliit, like 30 million, pang-repair lang naman ng mga studios. Kasi 158, ang yung two-story classroom building is about 30 million 40 million yung three-story classroom building. So, yung 158, you can build the building with that So, if you want to repair yung area, baka mas mababa, 30-40 million, okay na po siguro
Or
yan.
every 20 million, I think it's more
Yeah,
than enough.
of course.
For
If it's
the
a ceiling
repairs.
repair, no, not the whole building.
Everything in government is inflated and overpriced. And I'll bring this up later in the ICT. Again, not the fault of the DICT now. Even the subscription of the Starlink technology in personal, I pay 20,000. In DICT, not the present one, the one previous to you, I forget the name, 54,000. So yung 20,000 sa personal, yung subscription na monthly with the same enterprise unit, 58,000 pag gobyerno. There's something with government, palaging minamahalan. Kaya takot nga ako na ibibigay natin tong 158 million, baka overpriced. If we give a part of it, at least the CRs and the basic can be improved, then we can have, if COA allows, some donations or sponsorships of people who'd like to help came from there. Then we can start with that and see first how you're able to use the funds. And we will have eagle eyes to watch in its utilization. Would you like to amend even part of this? maybe 1/3, 50 million. If it's the body here who would like to amend it and the chair is listening, kasi how can we in conscience pass a budget and look at the bathroom and the
Look at the vehicles.
yeah, yes, of course.
Madam Sponsor. I don't know kung meron pa ba sila talagang balak na ayusin yung mga problema dyan sa PTV4 or just let it go until sa mabulok at magmukhang kaawa-awa yung estado ng PTV4. Anyway, sabi ko, I agree with you. Make some... Dadaling ASEAN dyan sa PTV4. Pagtatawanan tayo, Madam... Nako, pupunta yung mga foreign delegates, mga foreign media. Pagtatawanan tayo, Madam Sponsor. Don't you ever do that, Madam Sponsor, Mr. President. Gagawa ng tour, Madam Sponsor, ang foreign media dyan sa PTV4 and then yan yung makikita nila. Sus, Mariosep.
President, even if you provide the budget now, the Leaders Summit is in May. And starting January, there are activities already. We can't finish it. By the time the budget will be released, maybe April, May, procurement, etc., imposible. So please, I request you, do not bring any foreign state media to your station.
And the more we need OV bands, Madam Sponsor, kasi
Yes, you can
yung OV
operate
bands,
from the
you can
field.
go live.
Yeah.
So ilang OV bands meron ngayon ng PTV4? Wow! 2 at half lang noon ay operating. So ibig sabihin isa
Or
lang.
2.
Jesus.
You know, Mr. President, I join you in your frustration. It's PTV4 and almost all government agencies. Talagang mahina ang gobyerno sa maintenance. Talagang ino-overprice halos lahat na nakikita ko. I share your frustration. Attorney Dablon has been working on the budget for 40 years. And whenever we work on the budget, we're so sad and frustrated. Lahat overpriced, o kaya may systems loss, o kaya sira at hindi ginagamit ng ayos ang MOE kasi mahina talaga sa maintenance.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I cannot answer your question. I'm as frustrated as you are.
Okay, so